Got distracted. Hello, everybody. I was writing some stuff out on the Discord. My name is Kismet. I didn't even realize the timer was done. Man, that went by fast. It's like playing some 76 or some WoW. It goes by really fast. Welcome, everybody. Man, did I get a ton of stuff done today, man. I was working on the guild today. Man, felt like old times. Went in, made a guild roster, what everybody's working on. Sent out a letter to every single person in the guild, welcome them to the guild. Being a proper guild master today. I got in game offline and sent every single one 2 letters today. It's always fun to get letters in game, especially when you're first starting off and that kind of stuff. At least I think it's fun. So I sent it to every single new member. I tracked what member number roughly everybody was, and I went back and looked who was the first person to sign, who was the second person to sign the guild roster, so that I have the numbers in order and correctly and when they started. Now, if you are part of the guild in WoW and I didn't get some of your information, like some of you didn't note your information yet, or you didn't tell me what day you joined, or if you do add somebody in WoW Classic, make sure that you send me an in-game mail, or you can buzz me on Discord, but in-game mail is probably easier. You can just go ahead and say, hey, I added so-and-so, and add their name, and then what date they joined. And then, of course, for every person who does update their guild information from time to time, is going to get 1,000 Kizcaps right here on the stream. And thank you to Will, who was the very first person who said, Kismet, here's the update information. Here's the date I joined, and here's the stuff. Or Wilhelmina in WoW is the first person to get 1,000 Kizcaps for updating their information on that. Now, I also assigned my Master at Arms, who is my number 2 in any game. They are, like in Star Trek. Number 2, engage. So I went in there and set Jessamy as my number 2, who already took the initiative to spell check all my mistakes and back me up in there. So big congrats to Jessamy on that appointment. As well as I will choose a chief officer eventually, whoever's interested in doing that, probably from my founding 9, who did found the guild. And big congrats to those founding 9, because then you get to hold that title forever, which is pretty cool. I think I love to bestow titles and do awards and, special honor people in the guild for their contributions to the guild over years. And I'm having a fantastic time, both in 76 and also in WoW Classic. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Now, of course, if you have any feedback, ideas, suggestions for the guild or for the stream here, I am always open to them. Always feel comfortable to buzz me on Discord or whisper and say, Kismet, here's some suggestions I think. Now, some of them I may do and some of them I won't, depending on how much time I have. But I do take all suggestions and I do write them all down, just in case, I can circle back to it later on. So there we go. So I'm very excited. I also updated my schedule. Take a look at it down below the stream. It's on Twitter. It's on Discord. It's everywhere. It's on the website as well. And speaking of Kismet.gg, another thing I got done today is the guild page is back. Now, KismetBP.com has been the guild page for over 16 plus years. And I have converted it over to Kismet.gg, but I have now added a page for Kismet, the Kismet BP is what it's actually called. The Kismet BP WoW Classic page. So you can go in there and see a little bit about the guild. The guild spreadsheet is in there. So if you want to see what everybody else's crafting is and about what level they are and all of that stuff, you can go in and you can see that. As well as you can go in there and see some of the events or history of what has happened, who joined first, second, third. And I kind of throw some history information in there. Now, I actually have the bulk of the 16-year history in a history site, which shows all of our adventures together. So I just put a little smattering of that on the page, too, of the history. You can see some of the games that we played together in photos, some of the screenshots. I literally have 50,000 photos. That's not an exaggeration, of every single game that we've played. I have thousands upon thousands and thousands of them that I keep. So if I ever want to, pull up an old photo as a reference or whatnot, they're in there, as well as my legendary members, the ones that founded the guild, helped me set up the structure, and helped me micromanage those over the years. And I much love my members for a very, very long time. Some of my members are truly exceptional, some of the best in the world. So I'm very happy to have them, and we'll talk a bit about guild running and how to make a successful guild, at least my style of doing a successful guild, and all of that later. But of course, the first thing we want to do is say thanks to all my mods. Notice that I don't have any of that stuff any longer. If you didn't see that yesterday, that is complete. That's achievement unlocked. Mods are set to go to TwitchCon. You got them the airfare, the hotel room, and of course the tickets to TwitchCon. And of course, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of free chocolate and hopefully free desserts and all of that. Gonna have some fun. Just Sad's coming in with the 27 months. Oh boy, we're gonna do that in just a second. You should know Jazz Sads. It's gonna pop up in the next window. I'll replay it here in just a second. Big time. Yeah, so awesome. Thank you to all the donators who did do that. It is now locked in. I believe Dragon PC. I still have to finish those final donations, but Dragon PC is way ahead of everybody else. Is going to get that Fallout influencer bag. Congratulations. Now again, those will go out late December, early January. So it gives me plenty of time to get those prepped and ready and send out. And all the loot drops have gone out for 2018, so be watching your door. Over the next couple weeks. And when you get it, make sure to take a photo and send it to me via Twitter or via Discord. I'll give everybody a couple more weeks before I reveal what was in those, and you guys will see the scale at what those were. That was quite the gigantic scale. Even I didn't realize what kind of scale that is, that to send out that much stuff to that many people all over the world. It literally cost me about $700 to $800 to just ship it. That's not just the stuff. I'm talking about just to ship it to everybody all over the world. It was fairly expensive. I think we only raised, I think, about $2,800, $3,000. So that's something in there. And then see that money also come straight from me, not from the donations. So all the donations went to my mods to get to TwitchCon for the hotel, for their airfare, and all of that. So yeah, that was crazy expensive. It nearly bankrupted me last year, but I worked very, very hard to recover from that, and we're back, looking good. And of course, it's going to be very close this year, but you know, YOLO. Credit card, see what happens. I only got so many minutes in my life. I got to just go for it, everybody. I just got to go for it. Do kind things for others. Hopefully it'll circle around. We'll see how it goes. Now, if you do enjoy the stream, we also got something else coming up in September. That is Subtemper coming up, brought to you by Twitch and Subway. So you can go in there, get a whole bunch of stuff, 50% off subs. So that means that if you do sub, that 100% it will go to the stream. So I might actually be able to keep the lights on, which is going to be awesome, because I will stream a little bit from TwitchCon, but probably not that. Or actually, I could probably stream more from TwitchCon now, because I don't have to do panels or any of that other stuff, because they literally don't follow up with me, whether to tell me one way or another. They follow with me panels, but they don't follow up with all the other stuff. And I'm still waiting back. I think it's been over 40, 60, 80 days now. I don't know. A lot of days, and I'm still waiting for TwitchCon to get back to me. I mean, just over. And I keep contacting. I must have contacted him 40 times now. Back and forth and back and forth and waiting, saying, no one's getting back to me. No one's getting back to me. It is really, really astoundingly bad customer service. I love TwitchCon. It's my favorite thing every year. I spend between $5,000 to $8,000 every single year on TwitchCon. It's basically every single penny that I save throughout the entire year. And they just do everything at the last minute. I don't like doing stuff at the last minute, because that's how errors happen and things get screwed up and all of that. You want to have stuff planned way out, because a lot of stuff that I do, I work with sponsors, and sponsors have to get that stuff approved and then send it to me, and it takes months and months and months to do that stuff in advance. Can't just do it in the last month. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work, and if you're coordinating cosplays and things like that, it's super, super expensive. And of course, I also spend over 600 hours just streaming just alone to raise funds for my mods here. So that's over $6,000 of my time on top of all of that stuff as well. Soundbite Subway song. Mods, put that in my kids' reminders to get the Subway song every time. So if you want to gift subs or something like that in September, that will really help me for that after TwitchCon madness of prepping all those loot drops and sending them out to you guys, because this is going to be pretty expensive to ship them out again this year. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to scale those down. When you see the loot drops, know that they will be scaled down from last year's loot drops. I sent out a lot of extra stuff to them because they did have to wait so long. But they were intended to be way smaller because it's just not cost effective. It actually cost me 2 to 3 times as much, or as much as 5 times as much, to make the loot drops as the donations for the loot drops. So it cost me a huge fortune. But again, I love doing kind things, and I don't want it to be just, oh, you got 2 things, right? Okay, you donate, you got 2 things, right? But know that those are beyond the donation, right? The donation is for getting my mods at TwitchCon. 100% of that donation goes to them. But the rest of it is just something that I do as a kind extra thing. I try to get my sponsors in there to do that, and they sponsor at 10%, 20%, and then I have to pay the rest. And then I have to pay for shipping as well. Of course, if you do know somebody at FedEx, UPS, or the Postal Office who wants to sponsor me for that shipping, I'm telling you, just to sponsor the shipping alone would be tremendously helpful. So yeah, that's a little bit about all of that. A little update on everything that I'm doing. Feel really good, though, that I got everything done. I will be off on Friday, so if you're here, you're like, where's Kismet at? Somebody will be. Somebody will be. I always, try to say, look, I got my schedule everywhere. I don't know how people ask me still my schedule thing, but there you go. That's how it goes. So again, let's see. They don't have my, don't have who's on mod here. Hold on, I gotta track it down. Let's see. Scorched Dragon, Jazz Sands coming in here at the top of stream. Jessamy coming in, Game Killer, and Crazy. You're gonna meet Scorched Dragon at TwitchCon. Crazy got to go to us with us one year at TwitchCon. We raided him yesterday. Hopefully you got to see him. Hit that follow button. Show his stream some love over there. We love Crazy up in here. I love all my mods. They are the best on Twitch. They are the heroes behind the stream. So thanks to them big time. And I see Jazz Sands already in there. Raz, first person in the stream. 1,000 Kids Caps. Local Psychosis also in. Number 2, 1,000 Kids Caps there. Just Alcar as well, saying good evening, and Kismet Mods. 1,000 Kids Caps there. You know, Mr. Maga is always right here, showing the love. Give him 1,000 Kids Caps also. Who else we got? We got H2O coming in, showing the love. Thank you so much for being here. I really want to see Raz's video. That's going to be great. Riverdog coming in as well. The Gaming Skull's coming in, showing the love. Thanks for being here. Pimp of the Dead hanging out. How you doing, Pimp? Hope you're having a better day. Steve French coming in. Hello, Steve. Thank you for being here in the stream. Who else we got coming in? Pancake says I'm here. Welcome, Pancakes. Thanks for being here. Mr. Maga, greeting. Grats on meeting your goal, Kismet. Well, thank you. Thank you. A lot of times that feels very, very difficult. Feels very, very impossible sometimes. Especially if I start late in the year for that donation drive. It does get really sometimes right down to the edge, but this year I actually got some time to rest before TwitchCon, which is great. I've been resting up a lot. I've been getting a lot of rest just to try to catch up after that 84 days of streaming in a row. Was exhausting. I will definitely never do that again. That just brought me right to the edge. I tell you, that was like massive lack of sleep. Anon coming in, showing the love. Yep, because tomorrow is promised to no one I know firsthand this week. There you go, Pimp of the Dead. There you go. You got to get in there. You got to take it day by day, bro. Inspired by Blank said, hey, Kismet. Hi, Inspired by Blank. Thanks for being here. H2O, thanks very much for the gifted sub. We're going to replay that here in just a moment. Anarchy Burger, speaking of awesome people who are up there, I think Anarchy Burger, actually, I think he got number 2 out of the donation. Don't quote me on that yet. I still got to finalize all those donations. But getting that epic bag possibly. Can you add me? I would love to play with you. The Gemini, you can absolutely add me in 76 or in Classic. Either way, my name is Kismet. I am easy to find. There you go. I'm going to be on PC tonight. El Fuzzy Nuts saying hello. I sent your request. All right, cool. I'll take a look at it right now. That's, the best time to play games? Now. Let's go. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.